must have picked up, huh?
Yeah.
Authorities say a missing trapper who ran into trouble while traveling the steep terrain above the Salmon River died from an accident. The Lemhi County Sheriff's Office says Dave E. Williams, who lived in Carmen, just north of Salmon, was reported overdue from a trip down the North Fork of the Salmon early Thursday morning. Spokesman tells KPAX News deputies, Idaho Fish and Game, and Salmon Search and Rescue responded using a helicopter from Idaho Air Methods, along with family and friends in this search. It was complicated by the heavy snow that had fallen in the area, which is just a few miles south of the Montana border, especially trying to find his white pickup truck. They eventually found where Williams had offloaded his ATV and ridden up Colson Creek. There were no immediate details on the accident that took his life.
Alright, so what happened? Last video, it was January 1st. We woke up to 5 or 6 inches of new snow. And the last video I did, if you watched it, Jeff and me took his side-by-side with tracks right to about here. We were on this ridge here. Dave was over here on this ridge. The distance here is about 20 miles. It's in a straight line. Down the river road it's a lot further. But the wind was blowing really hard. And with all that wet, heavy snow, of all things in the world, a dead tree fell, hit a live tree, and they both came down on top of Dave and killed him. So, you know, what do? You prepare, you get your survival kits out, you have your breakdown kits, you bring snowshoes, you bring extra food, fire starter, all those things, and then something like a tree falls on you. Dave was no stranger to this. He had owned an outfitting business for years. He was a hunter, a trapper, a hunting guide. He was, no problem at all to stay in the woods overnight or even several nights. And to have this happen is just a freak deal, but it does happen. Since we've lived here since 1991, I can think of, including Dave, 3 people trees have fallen on. 4 actually. And Dave's the only one that's actually killed that I know of. But he was a good guy. He used to come over to the fairgrounds here and get manure for his garden. He had a really big garden. And actually what they call a truck farm. It was a garden that was a couple acres in size, and he grew enough that he would truck it into town and sell it in the summer months, and he made some pretty good money doing that. And about a year or so ago, they sold that off and they moved over to Carmen Creek, which is only up the road here about a mile, and I didn't see him as often. But anyway, be careful out there, folks. All sorts of things can happen. Where we were, which is probably a little higher elevation than Colson Creek, the snow was knee-deep, and you can't run in knee-deep snow. Even if he had seen that tree falling, he probably couldn't have got out of the way of it. So, terrible thing to have happen. I just hope it was quick, and he deserved better than that, but that's the life of a trapper and outdoorsman. Anything can happen, and sometimes does. So, be careful out there, and take care. Bye.